Happy 4th of July, everybody. We're back on Cheap Pops. We are actually recording on the 4th of July. I'm Dave.
I'm Nick.
And, 4th of July, the American holiday, the birthplace of the land of the free, the home of the brave. We're all decked out in red, white, and blue. We got Sting. We've got the Ultimate Warrior. We've got Batman. We got all kinds of stuff.
We got old school DDP.
We sure do.
Bang!
But these are going to make my eyes hurt, so I'm taking these off.
I'm just gonna go like this, or fuck it.
We got plenty to talk about today, but before we really get going, unfortunately, Darren Drozdov passed away at the age of 54. You know, they said that he would never get movement in his legs, I don't think he got him in his legs, but he got his arms and most of his torso. He got movement back in that after being paralyzed from a power bomb by D'Lo Brown. You know,
and D'Lo, in multiple interviews, he said that he stayed in touch with him and everything.
Right, and Droz has said before that he didn't blame D'Lo for it.
No.
You know, it was a mistake, and you know,
it's not ballet, people.
right.
Accidents can happen at any fucking time
Right.
in that ring.
But 54 years old, it does suck that he passed away. But at least he was able to have some kind of quality of life after a tragic accident like that. Before we get into wrestling, though, you and I went and saw The Flash with the Michael Keaton Batman. And you've got your cup there, too, I see.
Yep.
And the Rey Mysterio Batman mask, which that's actually really, really
Yes,
good quality.
it is.
That's pretty badass. I like that.
It wasn't
I
bad.
might have to get me one of those. Oh, I didn't see the bat symbol on the back.
Yeah,
That's
there.
pretty sick. I loved the movie. Gonna be spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. I loved The Flash. DCU movies have been kind of hit or miss with me. Like, I loved the Suicide Squad. I thought that was really good.
The newer Suicide Squad.
Yes. Well, I like the older one too, for what it was. You
Right.
know, they introduced the Harley Quinn and all that. So I like that one too. But this was really, really good. Having Michael Keaton as Batman and
Fuck yes.
Ben Affleck and George Clooney.
That was awesome. And I don't know if anybody's probably a handful of fucking people that have seen it, that Nicolas Cage was originally supposed to be playing Superman, but it never came to fruition.
Right, when Tim Burton was supposed to direct.
Yes.
Yes.
And lo and behold, Nicolas Cage Superman made a little cameo in this.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought the story was really good. The way he goes back in time, it was kind of like a bubble, and you know, he sees everything all at once. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yes.
The girl who played Supergirl, I think, did a really good job. I really liked it. I mean, the return of Zod and all that stuff.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, and Michael Keaton as Batman. I mean, he had the old school, you know, Batwing and all that stuff, and you know, it was really, really good. I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10. You know,
Hell yeah.
The story kind of went slow, a little bit too long for me, but once it picked up, it really picked up, and I really enjoyed it.
I could not hold my laughter back when they broke into the fucking was it Russia or Germany?
I don't remember.
It was either Russia or Germany, the base, and he fucking runs into the fucking fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah.
And he just keeps running into it.
Yeah, that was good stuff. It was really, really well done. I'd like to see them do a standalone Michael Keaton Batman movie again, as like an old man Batman, or you know, do a multiverse thing where all of those Batmans are in Gotham at the same time.
Fuck
Something like
yes, that would be
cool.
really awesome.
We are planning on going to see Indiana Jones either probably next week, maybe, if you know, because this man's on vacation, so we might be able to do it.
Vacay.
We are definitely going to be recording our video game episode, which we've been talking about since episode 1. So that will be cool. Speaking of video games, might as well get into it now.
Yeah.
I have it right here. It is still sealed because I work 2 jobs and I haven't had a chance to play it yet. The Nintendo Switch version of AEW Fight Forever.
And I had the PlayStation 5 version.
And you've been playing the shit out of it and creating bootleg Hulk Hogan's and whatnot. So
I created 2 bootleg fucking wrestlers so far. Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep. I've heard good and bad things about it. A lot of people are bitching about the graphics and
Who the fuck cares about the graphics? It's
see that's the thing to me. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I don't care about graphics as much. I care about gameplay.
exactly.
I care about. I'm the kind of person that loved like Super Mario and all the beat 'em up games like Final Fight and Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 2 is my favorite game of all time and always will be. I like gameplay. I see Madden nowadays and it's a simulation of a football game. I want to play NFL Blitz. That's what I want to play. I want to play a game where I can just pick it up and play. And this, from what you've said, it's a lot like No Mercy or games like that. WrestleMania 2000.
It's absolutely just like it. You build up your stats right up into a special move.
Okay.
Or no, signature move, then into a special move.
Nice. Okay.
In order on to hit your finisher, yes, you gotta grab your opponent, then press the taunt button.
Right, that's pretty much the same as what No Mercy was.
Yes.
So that's
And to do your signature is the arrow buttons.
okay. That's cool. I mean,
With grabbing onto your opponent.
right, and I'll eventually play it. I'll probably play it sometime this week. It's just working so much I haven't had a chance to play it, and I definitely will because I got to get the Switch out. And play it,
Yes,
so.
and it is loads of fun.
Right, and we'll play it on our video game episode. We'll do a couple matches against each other, and we'll show video of it. So
The match that's the most fun, in my opinion, besides having the weapons and
barbed
everything.
wire deathmatch.
Yes.
I knew it.
The lights out match is a lot of fun too because you get to pick up all kinds of fucking weapons.
Nice.
And I'm glad that they brought it back. Thumbtacks into the game.
Has there been a game with thumbtacks in
Yes,
before?
WWE Legends of WrestleMania. They only did it once, and it's in the Hell in a Cell match, hidden underneath the steel steps.
Okay, all right. And speaking of the game, Christian Cage is the only wrestler to be in an AEW, TNA, WWE, and WWF video game. The only one he's missing out on is WCW, which would have been fucking cool if he had gotten all of them.
Exactly, and I brought this up to you. Sting was in WCW, WWE, AEW, and TNA.
Yep, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I mean, he's just the only one he was missing out on was the WWF. So
Exactly.
But his taunts were in it, and you could create him in it, so he kind of was in it.
Right.
Because when THQ went from WCW to WWF, they just took all the taunts and all that shit and the moves and just ported it right over.
Speaking of that, they did the same thing to this.
Did they?
They have some of the WWE superstars entrances. They got
cool.
Roman Reigns' entrance on
boy.
there.
boy.
Not the bloodline at Roman Reigns,
All right,
the other
All right,
Roman Reigns.
Take the volume down a tad, Skid Row. All right?
I can't.
Jeez, you're gonna wake everybody up in the neighborhood. What about the other game that you told me about that might be happening?
Oh. Da 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 da. What page was it on?
Oh man, here we go. He's rustling pages. Just say what the game is. You don't need to.
I want to show it. And we have talked about this comic and everything.
Yep, the graphic novel. Yep.
Yep. The Last Ronin. They are making it into a video game. And I sent you a video on what the gameplay is kind of going to be like.
No, that's really cool. I like that. I'm a Ninja Turtles guy, so I grew up with the cartoons when I was a kid, so
And
that's really, really cool. That's badass that they're
Yes.
making it into a game.
And in flashbacks, you get to, and it's part of the video I sent you,
Yeah.
that you might be playing as the brothers. I'm not going to tell you who the Ronin is, because I already know. Do you already know?
To be honest, I don't remember. I've read it a long time ago, and I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm not going to give it away.
Well, then don't worry about it. We'll talk about it another time.
There was another one on here that I wanted to point out.
You are so unprepared, it's ridiculous. I'm sitting here with 2 pages of notes, and you're rifling through a magazine. You're killing me. You're breaking my balls here.
Shout, Smalls.
Jesus Christmas, will you figure out which goddamn page it's on? There's only 10.
I don't know.
Good Lord, man.
Oh, where the fuck was it?
Is it in that one to begin with? Okay,
Yeah.
good Lord. It's about time.
I cannot wait for this to come out. And we are 80s fans.
Well, you gotta show it. You're showing the back of the magazine.
RoboCop.
Speaking of which, look on your fucking shirt.
Yes.
From Capital Combat, Sting and RoboCop.
Yep.
That is pretty badass that they're doing a RoboCop game.
Yes, that they're redoing a RoboCop
Oh,
game.
redoing. Okay.
But yes, this is basically going to be based off from either the first. I think it's going to be based off the first movie,
Okay.
but a little bit more of a different twist to it.
That's cool.
And it's going to be first person, I do believe.
Nice. That'll be really cool.
Yes.
That might be a game I pick up.
It is available right here. The platforms are Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Well, maybe I won't play it unless you bring it over.
I will bring it over.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool that there's some good. There's one game out and there's some good games coming out. I think that's pretty cool. You watched Money in the Bank, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're not going to talk about Forbidden Door right now because this man hasn't seen it yet, but he will have because I gave it to him, so he's going to see it. And I love Forbidden Door, but we're going to do a full review once he's seen it.
Yes.
But Money in the Bank, I loved the opening video. It was like a James Bond open. I thought it was really, really cool. The crowd in England was really hot, but I hate the constant chanting and singing. To me, that takes me out of the show. When the fans in ECW did it, they didn't take over the entire fucking show. This crowd just wanted to sing and chant and do. I get that they do that at soccer games and shit over there. I get that. But to me, it takes me out of it.
Oh, sorry. Not soccer, football.
Whatever. But I'm just saying.
You're gonna get us.
Like anybody in England is watching right now.
You're gonna get us fucking banned in
Yeah.
England. God damn it.
But if you noticed, if you watch right when the camera starts, they are sweetening the crowd noise as soon as the camera comes on. Because when they pan that crowd and like the crowd's going nuts, the crowd was not going nuts until somebody actually came out. Because you can just see that nobody's mouth is moving, nobody's cheering, but it's still coming up like they are on the screen.
Yep.
To me, that's just stupid.
It is.
Like, I get, like, you want to do boos for certain people, you know, but that's like studio wrestling used to be back in the day where they'd have applause and boo, you know, over the hard camera so people would know what to do. That crowd was so hot to begin with, you didn't need to do that.
No.
And plus, Michael Cole's screaming his fucking head off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. For a while, he wasn't doing that.
Right.
And now that Vince is back, he's fucking doing it again. He's just constantly screaming. And Wade Barrett being the heel announcer doesn't help any, because it just gives Cole more reason to fucking scream.
Right.
And I don't understand.
The one thing I loved the most was the crowd fucking laying into Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah, they hate Logan. A lot of people hate Logan. He's got a lot of social media followers, but I think a lot of that is hate followers.
Yes.
You know, because they want to not like the guy, you know. I think a lot like Pat McAfee, they don't want to like him, you know what I mean? But he is still popular.
One of my friends from work actually showed me this where Logan Paul and Ricochet got in a fight in the backstage arena.
Oh, yeah? That's pretty cool. I mean,
so that might be leading somewhere.
I bet you that's where they're going for SummerSlam.
Which wouldn't be a bad match.
No, it would be a great match. It'd just be high spots all over the place. And but they started out with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The dive by Ricochet through the ladder to the floor was fucking sick. LA Knight is extremely over. That crowd wanted him to win so badly. Every time he even got on the ladder, the crowd went fucking nuts.
Even when he just touched the ring.
Yeah, that crowd was crazy for LA Knight, and I loved it.
Why fucking Vince... I mean, I'm not mad that Damian Priest won it.
I'm not either.
I just wish that they would have went with LA Knight.
I do too, and I mean, I'm sure they're going somewhere with LA Knight.
Probably. And I even texted you that Ricochet almost broke his fucking neck.
Oh, that table spot.
Yes.
That would make Mick Foley proud, going head first through the table. That was just bad.
And you can even see it where now, if you watch it very closely, every time a wrestler does a high spot, the referee would check them like this, and if they give them
squeeze their
two
hand,
squeeze,
yeah.
they're good.
It was crazy. It looked really bad. I think they got a bad jump off of the, but Damian Priest won. It's cool because they're going to play off of him. They already did later in the night with him and Finn Balor and all that stuff. So.
And they led more into it a little bit more. I saw a little bit of it on Facebook with Monday Night.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch Raw. I'll probably watch it tonight. So, but, yeah, and of course, the next match I fast-forwarded through. I feel like Jim Cornette at this point, the Women's World Tag Title match, I fast-forwarded all the way to the end.
Thank you!
And Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey.
You mean Shayna Baszler?
What? What is wrong?
She looks like a fucking man.
Oh, Jesus. Let's not go there. Jesus Christ. Let's not be like that. But Liv and Raquel regained the women's tag titles. I guess they explained on Raw last night what happened. I don't really care. Right. Ronda Rousey has been shit this entire second
The only reason why they did it is because Ronda's thinking about going back to fucking UFC.
Yeah, and nobody cares about Ronda Rousey anymore. And they were crowd sweetening for Ronda Rousey in this too. They were creating noise for her too. So,
I hope on the way out that they just have Shayna destroy her.
I don't think Ronda's going to be around much longer. So,
but if they lead to a match with the two of them, I just hope that they have her get destroyed.
Yeah, I gotta say I really liked Gunther versus Pippi Longstocking. Riddle. I don't know what was with the pigtails.
I thought he looked like fucking Snoop Dogg almost.
Well, he's not that skinny and black.
Yeah. But, well, he's skinny and fucking white.
Right, but Gunther made Riddle tap out, and then Drew McIntyre came out, and they faced off, and Gunther and McIntyre faced off. I wasn't surprised to see McIntyre come out in England.
Right.
Wade Barrett's on commentary, and Butch was in the ladder match. And the crowd was chanting Bruiserweight through the whole thing because they know who the fuck he is. Most of the fans know who he is, but
apparently fucking Vince don't know who the fuck he is.
Right, I know. The next match, Dom versus Dominic Mysterio against Cody Rhodes. Rhea Ripley looked so much like Sherry Martel, it was ridiculous.
Right?
And she looked hot as fuck. I love the way she looked with the shaved on the sides with the hair. She looked fucking phenomenal. I was looking at her through the whole thing.
I couldn't get over fucking Dominic's fucking cow boots. His cow boots!
It was an okay match. Cody has a good pace to all his matches, so, it was a typical Cody match. And Dominic's, the crowd hates Dominic. They love to hate Dominic. They love Rhea Ripley, so it's an interesting dichotomy.
It's kind of like the old school of Eddie Guerrero in China.
Yeah, but not as entertaining.
Yeah,
so and the crowd because the crowd liked that too. They liked him. So, and then of course we couldn't get through a big pay-per-view without Super Cena coming out.
Oh my god.
And his G.I. Joe. That son of a bitch stole our idea.
Yes!
Got the G.I. Joe gear with the G.I. You can't see me. You stole our fucking idea, Cena. We did it first, so fuck you. But he came out, pale as fuck. And
his bald spot.
Well, he's wearing the hat, so you couldn't really see the bald spot. But
I don't even know who the fuck the guy was that came
Grayson
out.
Waller, he was in NXT, and now he does a talk show because I guess he's injured. But he's another Australian, and nothing against Australians, but I just don't care.
I don't.
It was just a reason for Cena to bag on somebody and give an FU. Oh, I'm sorry, an attitude adjustment.
Oh, we got a PG it for people?
Right, and he'll just go back to making movies, and I just don't care. It was just a reason to get Cena on the show. Did you notice, because the women's match was up next, the women's ladder match, that the ring announcer said that Bayley represents the Judgment Day?
Yes! I wanted to point that out.
I thought that was really, really funny.
I caught that at the corner of my ear when she was out there, and I'm like... She said what now?
Yeah, and then of course Io Sky's the next one out, and she says she represents Damage Control, which I thought was pretty funny. And that woman ring announcer goes way too over the top with her ring announcements. I don't understand. You don't all have to be Michael Buffer, you don't have to do that after every fucking, because Justin Roberts does the same thing on AEW, and it drives me nuts. It's always driven me nuts.
Can we get Tony Chivell, please? Give us back Tony.
Yeah, the only one he used to do it for was Edge, and that was only when his voice would crack. So, I thought the women's match was good. I really liked Trish in it. She took some crazy bumps in that. That manhandle slam onto the ladder.
Right.
That was pretty sick. And then Zoe Stark with that neck breaker off the ring apron right after.
Did you happen
really
to see the outfit that it was all from the X-Men. Bailey was no, not Bailey. Becky Lynch was wearing.
I wasn't really paying attention to her outfit unless I was looking at her ass.
It matches off from one of the X-Men's attires.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Did you happen to find out which one? No.
No, I can't fucking remember the name of the.
Of course you don't, because you don't write things down like I do. You lazy bastard.
Yes, I am.
I thought it was really, really good. I was not expecting Io Sky to win it. I guess I shouldn't have thought that that Becky Lynch was going to win, but Io Sky definitely was not the one I would have picked to win that.
I'm
match.
glad that she won it. I hope they don't just I don't want to do it. Vince.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking Vince not wanting to pull the trigger on her.
Sometimes I don't understand what the hell you're doing.
Some days I don't.
The next match, Seth Rollins against Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. They sang Seth Rollins' music like a cappella for like 60 seconds while he stood on the apron. That I actually enjoyed because it wasn't during the match.
Right.
And I might sound like just an old dude that's yelling at the clouds. It bothers me. Like
you old bastard.
I am, but I was around for all the cool stuff. You came around later and had to find out about it later.
Hey! I grew up with the Attitude Era.
I grew up too. I was a teenager in the Attitude Era. I was the demographic for the Attitude Era.
Hey, at least I got the Ruthless Aggression Era too.
Yeah, it was a good match. I figured it would be high paced because of the styles that Balor and Rollins have. The involvement of Priest was pretty cool, coming out with the Money in the Bank, sitting in the chair, acting like he was going to cash in, and it fooled Balor. And Balor went for a coup de grace, and Rollins ended up winning. Rollins, I think, is going to keep that title for a long time. At least till Survivor Series. So, I think this was a really good pay-per-view. I figured they would come out hot because of it being in the UK, and they haven't done, what'd they say, 19 years since they
20.
20 since they did the last. So, it's pretty cool that they're finally doing one in the UK. But it's, they could only do 18,000 when AEW is going to be selling out Wembley Stadium with like 60,000 people. So, good job, WWE. You couldn't even fill a stadium. But, I mean, it was cool. The crowd was hot. So,
yeah, that's Vince for you.
And then we came to the main event. They did an awesome recap video of the Bloodline story. That was really, really cool. I know the announcer, the voiceover guy. I can place his voice, but I can't think of who it is. But he hasn't done stuff for them before, I don't think, but he's done other stuff. It was really good. They did the whole thing, and they even showed like Yokozuna and Rikishi and Umaga, and they even showed Umaga by himself, and then 3-minute warning, which I thought was really, really cool.
That was really cool.
They didn't show Manu though. I thought that was kind of funny. They didn't show Manu. Kind of left something up there, WWE. Yeah. I loved the crowd chanting "Tribal Wanker" at Roman Reigns. There were a couple times during this match where the crowd was good because Roman Reigns reacted to what they were doing. At one point, when they were saying "Stand up if you hate Roman," Roman sat down on the ring apron and pouted. I thought that was hilarious. But then they just kept on going, and I didn't like it. But Did you notice, because I didn't notice this until somebody online pointed it out, the Universal title and the new belt had the Roman Reigns side plates on it, but the WWE title that
had Brock Lesnar.
had Brock Lesnar's
Yes, I
side
did
plates
see
on it.
that.
And a buddy of mine, Dave, mentioned that that's probably going to play into SmackDown, where the Usos are going to point out that Heyman was holding the title belt with Brock Lesnar's side plates on it. I think that's a damn good point. I think that's going to come up. And
Right.
It's a little... I didn't notice it until somebody pointed it out online, but then it was glaringly obvious when you go back and watch it.
Yes, and it was like, boom, right there. Right fucking there.
Yep. And the pace of the match I thought was really good. It told a really good story. They took it slow. They sped it up when they needed to speed it up with like super kicks and shit. I thought it was really good.
I still say that they could have done all this and still had Roman Reigns drop the belt to Cody.
They could have, yeah. And I think it's crazy that he got pinned by Jey Uso. That he hasn't been pinned in like 3 years, and it's Jey Uso. But I think the fact that, you know, it is his cousins, one of his cousins that pinned him, and it took both of them to take him out, that still keeps Roman Reigns very strong as champion.
Right.
Because he can say, it took them super kicking the shit out of me and double teaming me and Jay giving me a low blow out of the cover. That's what it took to beat me. Lesnar couldn't do it, all this stuff. It took 2 people to beat me. I think that's a really good way of going forward. So it'll be real interesting to see where they go with this into SummerSlam. If they do a one-on-one match with Jey Uso, or if Solo's going to end up turning on Roman too, because you kind of saw, you know, Solo giving him the sideways eyes through a lot of the match and being reluctant to tag and all that.
Yeah.
So it is cool that Jay got the win, because, you know, they called him Main Event Jay for a while, and, you know, so I think that's pretty cool. Overall, what did you think of the pay-per-view?
9 out of 10.
That's what I was going to say. A 9 out of 10. I'd have to say 9 out of 10. WWE has been hitting, you know, home runs with their pay-per-views as of late.
Just with a lot of fucking random matches in between.
Yeah, I mean, well, and they've got so many hours of TV, and it's just, like, AEW has a shitload of wrestlers, and they use all of them over their shows. It just seems like every time I watch WWE, I'm seeing the same fucking people through everything.
Yeah.
And I get AEW is a lot of multiple man matches, but you're seeing different people. I mean, through most of it. You know, I mean, somebody may say I'm wrong, but I don't think so. When did you end up getting that mask? You've had it for a while, haven't you?
I want to say it's 7 months ago.
Yeah, I think that's pretty badass. Like,
yes.
I didn't notice the Batman logo. I'm really not liking the Viva La Raza thing at the beginning of the LWO.
I hate that.
And Michael Cole called Rey Mysterio the founder of the LWO. Fuck you, Michael Cole. Eddie Guerrero started the LWO in WCW. Do not ignore shit that happened in the past.
Exactly.
That is ridiculous. If you're going to use it and use the old logo and all that stuff, acknowledge the past. Rey Mysterio, when he was in the LWO, was in it reluctantly because he lost a match. He is not the founder of the LWO.
No.
It does not take much to figure that shit out. All you got to do is go back and find out when that shit happened and watch 20 minutes of shit. That's all you got to do. But, you know, you people don't pay attention. And plus Michael Cole keeps saying that John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time. You can go fuck yourself on that, too. That's like saying Michael Cole is a better announcer than JR.
Oh, fuck
well,
no.
Maybe than JR is now. I'm sorry, JR, but you're not very good at it right now. So, you didn't bring much. You didn't bring anything with you this time, did you?
No, I wanted to bring some stuff, but I had a lot of shit to...
Right. But since we were talking about Money in the Bank, I have my Money in the Bank lunchbox. I have Rob Van Dam with his Money in the Bank briefcase there. I have Cena on the table, who was a Money in the Bank winner, so...
You mean the...
Yeah, you got the Loot Crate, I got the Loot Crate.
Yep.
I wanted to show my 2 favorite things out of the Loot Crate. Hayabusa as the Micro Brawler. This is pretty cool. You had the Hayabusa mask at our Hayabusa / Pentagon mask at our table at the Wrestling Classic.
I will bring that onto the show so I can show that off.
And this is my other favorite thing, an FTR patch. Eventually, I've told you this, I want to do a hockey jersey where one sleeve is nothing but wrestling and the other sleeve is nothing but movies and pop culture stuff with our logo. or
And
something
somebody
like
stole
that
your
on it.
fucking idea on that one at the wrestling
Oh, yeah,
convention.
he
I
had the
played.
vest with all the pins on it. Yeah. So, and this is something that I found at my job. I work at Walmart. I stock shelves. I really enjoyed this Mortal Kombat movie, the newest one. This was $3 on clearance.
That's not
The
bad.
Cole Funko. I thought the movie was really well done. I hope they do more with it. I have the Scorpion. I do want to get the Sub-Zero, and there's a special chase one where he glows in the dark, like his eyes and the
Ooh,
blade that he
nice.
has glow in the dark. So I do want to get that. But this is something I'm going to take it out of the box and I'm going to display it when I set up a video game, because I know it's not the video game, it's the movie, but still, it's the movie based on a video game.
Speaking of video games, did you get the one I sent you about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, they're doing like a revamped version of it.
Yes.
That's really
All
cool.
updated and everything to now's graphics and everything.
Nice.
I can't wait to see what it's gonna I think it is available now. I think it is.
A lot of those games like that and Street Fighter, because when I went to Florida to visit my parents last year, we went to an arcade where you paid like $15 and you could just play for the whole day if you wanted. And I played Street Fighter and I'm like, God, this game used to be so much more fun when I was a kid. Like there are certain games where, like GoldenEye,
Right.
everybody loves GoldenEye, and it was fun back in the day. But when I play it now, I don't. I'd rather play a different first-person shooter. I'd rather play like Wolfenstein 3D or something like that. Like GoldenEye does not hold up to me like other games do, but like Mortal Kombat, sometimes it does. Like the original couple.
I think if they really want to think outside the box, they should make it open world fighting.
That'd be kind of cool.
Not just the side scroll. No, make the whole thing
Kind of like an RPG kind of fight.
Yes.
That actually might be pretty cool. I haven't played them. Last one I played was Mortal Kombat 11 for the Switch. I've been more a fan of like the Streets of Rage, side-scrolling beat 'em ups than I have the fighting games. And then again, I got spoiled playing wrestling games, which were more fun than the fighting games in my opinion.
Now, if they made it like that, or like the wrestling games fighting style like that,
Yeah.
that would be more fun.
And the day that we went to see the Flash, we were talking about Ready to Rumble, and I bought this, still sealed. The only thing that sucks is it must have gotten broken in the shipping because the bottom of the case is fucked up. I'm gonna open it anyways because I want a really good copy that I can watch. But this is one of the greatest movies. This is so bad that it's good.
Speaking of that, I actually found it on the Walmart app for $14.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna pick it up.
Yeah, this was actually $10 still sealed, which I think is
That's
pretty
not
fucking
bad.
cool. And it came in like a couple days. I'll probably watch it tonight, to be honest.
We love this.
This movie is so quotable. Whenever they say foreign object in wrestling, all I can think of is David Arquette, foreign objects. So this is if you've never seen Ready to Rumble, it's good. Just watch it. Just for Mean Gene alone.
Exactly.
People think I'm sexy. I think you're sexy, Mean Gene. Just that's just really cool. I just wanted to show that off because I think it's a really
you
good
broke
movie.
my butterfingers, baby.
Yeah, Sal Bandini, want to wrestle? And you showed me a Shawn Michaels, hat, biker hat that was $80, a new one. This is the old school, I want to say 96. It doesn't have the date on it. But it's got to be around 96.
Because it's got the old WWF logo on it.
I found this at the town-wide garage sale. It was $1. And it was hanging like this, and I said, "That's the fucking Shawn Michaels hat." Had the WWF logo on it. I gotta figure out a way to get it so that it'll stay up because it
styrofoam hat.
yeah.
Cut out some cardboard, put it right in here,
Yeah.
right in the brim of it.
But this is really cool. This is one of my favorite pieces that I have.
Then put it right on a styrofoam head.
Yeah, I did a video for my former podcast that I did, and I had my Aces and Eights vest on, and I had this on, and I looked like a member of the Village People. It was
It was fucking
it
hilarious.
was funny, and I did a video of I had a styrofoam head with the "Help Me" like Al Snow, and I did it like I was talking to the head. And at one point, I said, "Yes, I know. I looked like a member of the Village People." I thought that was kind of funny. So,
If they do have it go on sale, I want to get the fucking modern day old school looking.
yeah, it does look really cool. The retro stuff that they've been doing lately is really cool.
Yes.
I just don't have the money to be buying all that shit.
Exactly. That's why I usually wait for them to go on sale.
And I think because they're doing their stuff through this company, the Fanatics, they're not doing it in-house anymore. They're raising the prices on shit.
Yeah.
You know, because they're going through them, which I think sucks. One of the things that we're going to talk about, not in the next episode, because that's going to be the video game one.
Yep.
But did we mention this is episode 14? I didn't have anything special.
No,
to
we
hold
didn't.
up. I didn't have anything special to hold
Sorry.
up on this one. I couldn't think of anything 14. We will be talking about Slammiversary. It's going to be on July 15th. The next pay-per-view from Impact
Did
Wrestling.
we happen to mention that?
Yeah, the video game episode. Yeah. I think the card so far looks pretty good. Chris Sabin against Leo Rush for the X Division title. PCO and Scott D'Amore, who is the president of Impact right now.
I can actually go into a little bit of that match. That
Okay.
match is fucking awesome. What I'm watched of it so far.
PCO and Steve Macklin.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a badass match.
It's kind of making me think of the New Japan, the old FMW.
Yeah, it really did. It was, I mean, the cinder blocks alone.
Yes.
Where he's just hardcore smashing it with a sledgehammer and not holding anything back. Yeah, it was pretty badass. So it'll be PCO and Scott D'Amore against Bully Ray and Steve Macklin.
The other thing, I didn't wear it today, but the other thing from the Wrestling Crate, and the Jeff Hardy shirt.
Jeff Hardy shirt was pretty badass.
Yes.
I really liked it.
And like I said, the only thing that would have topped the Jeff Hardy shirt if they would have made Hayabusa a shirt.
Yeah, that would have been cool for Hayabusa. What was the other shirt?
You said he was a New Japan wrestler.
Oh, it was Will Ospreay. That's right. It was Will Ospreay. It's kind of like a throwback shirt.
Yes.
It was. I like that too. Most of the crate shirts I wear to work because most of them are lightweight. So and I got compliments from customers about my shirt.
I like wearing these to my job, and I take them off because I gotta wear scrubs all day.
Yeah. So, of course, the match that I'm most looking forward to, Deonna Purrazzo against Trinity for the women's title. For those of you who don't know who Trinity is, it's not the ECW Trinity. It's not the TNA Trinity. It's Naomi from WWE. She's going by her real name of Trinity right now. I think that's going to be a badass match because they both can go, and Trinity can do all her crazy shit, and Deonna can break her down and And
Is
do
she
all
gonna bring the
technical
glow?
stuff. Yeah. They're doing all that stuff. So it's speaking of Impact, Moose just signed a multi-year contract with Impact.
Oh, he re-signed with them?
Yes.
Nice.
And he said, there's a lot of stuff I still want to do, and I'm going to accomplish it in that company. So I think that's really cool. There are a lot of people that are staying loyal to Impact, and I really appreciate that.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. The main event so far is Alex Shelley against Nick Aldis for the Impact World title. I think that's going to be a good match. Nick Aldis is going to slow down Alex Shelley, which I think will be really cool. So.
Speaking of a good match.
Oh yeah, Finlay against. We're watching the Great American Bash from 2006 right now, with William Regal against Finlay, and that I've met Finlay. Finlay was a really nice guy to meet. He was really cool when I met him. And,
Finlay.
Yeah, Finlay's was badass. If you really want to watch, this one was good from 2006. But if you want to watch a really really good one, World War III Uncensored from 1996.
Yes.
Finlay against then Steven Regal. That was badass. That was really, really good. And
yes.
I was so happy when the William Regal autograph came in the crate. I could not be.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was really, really cool. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. I mean, SummerSlam's next month. AEW is going to be at Wembley Stadium for All In next month. August is going to be pretty stacked, so I'm really happy. August is usually a really good wrestling month. I wish WCW was still around because that would be even better. But
at least we got the past to look at.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to
Speaking of Rey
Rey
Mysterio,
Mysterio with the world title, so horrible, so bad.
well, this is the pay-per-view that he loses it.
Right, and my thing, Chavo Guerrero recently was saying, and I get, like, I don't like the Viva La Raza, at the beginning of the LWO music, but he's talking about Ray living off of Eddie. Well, Chavo did too.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, and I get Chavo's his nephew and all that, but even in TNA, he was still doing the Three Amigos. He was still doing, the Frog Splash. He wasn't doing his Tornado DDT, which is his old finisher. He was doing Eddie's moves. So you were trying to live off it too.
Right.
So, I get that you're family and Ray's not, but you were trying to live off it too. So, that's all I can
You're a
say.
hypocrite.
A little bit. A little bit. As Robert De Niro would say, a little bit. So, I to be honest, unless you've got something else, I really don't have anything else to talk about.
I didn't really show off the logo to the camera.
It's badass. That's a really cool mask. I might have to pick up one of those. That's pretty badass.
They do have two different versions of this.
Do they? What's the
This
other
one, and right where the silver is and everything, is gold.
Oh, that's cool. Speaking of that, I have a Pentagon Junior mask coming. That is a Mortal Kombat one that has the Mortal Kombat
logo.
It's like, and it's in yellow, like it's Scorpion, which Scorpion is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So I think that's really cool. We will display it when it finally shows up.
And you know what? I'll bring my Pentagon Junior mask.
That's good.
Which one do you want? The Joker one or the Hayabusa one?
Bring them both.
All right.
Bring them both. We got plenty of room on the table.
Fuck yeah, we'll display all three of them.
Oh, look, it's bow-legged Matt Hardy. the most bow-legged man on the planet. He looks like he's always getting off a horse. Like he's just, like Shawn Michaels is kind of like that now because he's had all the knee problems and stuff. He walks all bow-legged.
Did you see the fucking meme I posted about Shawn Michaels looking like fucking Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah, I've never played that game, but I get the reference. So.
Oh my God, it's Gregory Helms,
Actually,
aka the Hurricane.
Yeah, I've met both of those guys. Actually, I met everybody in the previous match except for William Regal. I met Hornswoggle and I met Finlay. There's actually a lot of people from this pay-per-view that I've met. I've met Gregory Helms. I've met Matt Hardy. I met Hornswoggle. I met Finlay. I met Booker T. I met Rey Mysterio. There's probably other people on this fucking... Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was on here. I met Bobby Lashley. So, I can't think of who else. No, Kennedy wasn't on at this point. I don't think. Maybe he was.
Maybe not.
But there's a
you
lot
met the Great Khali.
I did meet the Great Khali, and he was a dick. He was an unmitigated dick.
Such a dick.
Yeah, he sat at the table, just signed my stuff, didn't say a fucking word. He speaks English. I know he speaks English because I've seen The fucking Longest Yard, and even though they did subtitles for it, he spoke fucking English. So, and he just sat at the table. You're 7 feet tall. Stand up. Kevin Nash stands up for pictures, and he's had like 40 knee surgeries. He's torn a quad, and he stands up for pictures.
That man, Kevin Nash was awesome to fucking meet.
Kevin Nash is one of the nicest dudes ever.
I actually got to fucking shake his hand.
Yep, I did too. And of course, I got in a Twitter thing with Kevin Nash.
That was fun.
I don't know if I mentioned this on one of our
No,
shows
you did not.
So, I saw this picture online of somebody who got, it was a 2-pack. It had the Splinter and the Shredder from the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Yep.
And this person had, I think I might have mentioned this, but I'm going to do it again. They had Kevin Nash sign it over the Shredder part. And I said, why would you do that? He was not Shredder in the first movie. And Kevin Nash said, I was Shredder because I became Super Shredder. And I said, yes, but not in the first movie. And that is the action figure they had you sign. I have the one of him as Super Shredder. I would get him to sign that. I have an original Super Shredder trading card from the original series that I had him sign. That makes sense. But to have him sign the Shredder from the first movie is stupid. The same way at the Wrestling Classic 3, people were having Devon sign the fucking Intercontinental title.
Oh my
or
God.
the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I get that you want to have something signed.
Then
The guy at the table next to us, the vendor, he had a WWE Tag Team title belt, the old school one. It didn't have the WWF logo, but still, it was the Attitude Era belt.
Yes.
He had everybody from the original TLC match sign that belt. You get Devon to sign that. That makes sense.
Yes.
That's like getting him to sign. Well, he's been in an AWA Tag Team title.
Right.
He didn't hold that belt. He held the WCW, the TNA, the WWE, and the ECW tag titles. Have him sign all those. That makes sense. But
then you had the fucking guy with the original, not WWE, a WWF World Title belt, the old '80s one. Had Kurt Angle sign it.
Yeah, did he really have him sign that belt?
Yes, just like he had Kane sign it.
One of these days,
Kane.
my fucking head's gonna explode when I see that shit. But we had a great time at that. We met a lot of great people, and people have been subscribing. And we hopefully we'll do some more. An announcement that got made about Saratoga Comic-Con, Eric Roberts is going to be there.
Ooh.
I am really, really stoked about that. He played Maroni in the Dark Knight.
Nice.
And he's been in other movies too, but for me, I'm going to get my copy of The Dark Knight signed by him. I think that's badass that a celebrity like that is going to be at the con. I hope they add more people. If you've never been to a con and you see, like, the cosplay and all that stuff and it turns you off, cons are so much fun to go to. There's so many different vendors, so many different artists. There's so much merchandise and...
Merchandising.
Yeah.
I
was going to mention our merchandise at some point.
I had so much fun at the Comic-Con that we went to this year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We met a lot of cool vendors and...
Hey, it's the only time I get to dress up to do anything.
Yeah, you dressed up as a Sith, you fucking...
Yes.
You nasty bastard. I had a good time. I met Brian Tochi. We mentioned this, but...
Yes. He sounds just like Leo.
Dude, he does not put on a voice to be Leonardo in
No.
those movies. That is his voice. When he did the promo video saying that he was going to be there, I was like, motherfucker, he's Leonardo in real life. Like, he doesn't... That's not even a put-on voice. If you watch Revenge of the Nerds or Police Academy, that's a fake voice that he's doing, but his regular voice, holy shit, it's fucking Leonardo, which is crazy. I can't imagine... I mean... Kids' eyes have got to light up as soon as he talks.
Right.
Kind of like I've seen an interview with Tom Hanks where he talks about, he's in an elevator and the mother says, that's Woody. And the kid's looking at him like, that's not Woody. And then Tom Hanks says, close your eyes. And he says, come on, Buzz, we got to get back to Andy's room. And the kid's mouth just drops open.
Yeah.
Like that. But you don't realize that some of these people, that's their actual voice.
Exactly.
Which I don't understand how they're doing season 7 of Rick and Morty, how they're going to do it without Justin Roiland. You better find somebody that sounds exactly like Rick and Morty or that show's going to suck.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you recast the voices and they don't sound the same, it's kind of like the Muppets now.
Right.
Like the Muppets do not... The person they've got to be Kermit now sounds horrible.
Ugh.
And... I do want to watch the Electric Mayhem series that's on Disney Plus, and I'm going to buy the album from it because the voices are close enough where it actually looks pretty cool. So I am gonna binge watch that. So, but other than that, we've got our video game episode coming up. We've got more wrestling to talk about. We'll talk more AEW. With us working so much, and he doesn't have cable, it's really hard to keep up on AEW.
It is,
and we will talk about it more because there's a lot going on. I mean, Collision is really cool, and we'll talk about Forbidden Door because it was really good when you finally get a chance to watch it. But the next episode is going to be the video game episode. We're going to talk about video games, and then we're going to have videos of us playing certain games. So it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, they won't be long. Like, we'll do a wrestling match, and we'll do a video of that, and he'll cheat because he cheats on these games. He does.
Fuck you!
Did you not cheat on the last time we played?
It was the last man standing match and the fucking chair is perfectly legal.
But did the referee fucking be stupid in that match? Yes or no?
You're talking about the match before.
Okay.
Where he's slow getting to your cover.
Yeah, and it was really fast getting to yours. Like he's, like he's Nick Patrick trying to do a fast count, but not
he's
doing
part of the
it.
NWO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you had a biased referee, but We've been talking about the video game episode for a long time, so
Yes.
it's going to be really cool. I'm going to try to get this video up today on July 4th. We hope you all have a good holiday. We hope, you all get home safely and you don't burn off your fucking hands with fireworks and blow off fingers and all that shit.
I still got all my digits.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised at that, but with the stupid shit that you do. But. Thanks for checking us out. Oh, before we go, cheappops.redbubble.com, t-shirts, stickers, phone cases, hats, all kinds of shit. Actually, the shirts are still over there. Yeah, this room is a mess. Hold up some of our stuff. I think our logos are badass. We've got ideas for more. The Double Dare inspired logo. The Seth Rollins Cheap Freaking Pops inspired logo. We've got cool merch. Even though Cena ripped off our merch. Fuck you, Cena. We have a G.I. Joe inspired. Instead of G.I. Joe, it says CP Show. And it says Cheap Pop Show where G.I. Joe or All American Hero says. I think our stuff looks really cool. I'm biased because it's our stuff. But if you want to support us, buy a shirt, buy a sticker, buy a phone case. If you don't, you want to tell us to fuck off, do that too. I don't really care. So, like, subscribe, and comment. Check out the guys at the We Are Wrestling podcast. Their shit is really good. I subscribed. They're really good at what they do. They're really good at analyzing, and they're really good at predicting shit too, which I think is really cool. They're really professional. I'm striving to be a little more professional with stuff we do, with the video editing and all that stuff. And we're going to get a new camera so we can, have more. We're going to do more videos. We're actually, after this, we're going to do a July 4th video before you leave because I have some really cool shit for you to wear. So, at Cheap Pop Show on TikTok, Instagram. I got to do more. I got to put more out on Instagram. But mainly Twitter and Facebook is where we mainly put our stuff. Because it is hard for us to do videos for TikTok because we're not able to get together very often. So, but I
want to know what the fuck happened to our video for the promotion for the video game episode.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened to it. It just would not load or anything. So I still got some stuff so we can do it. Yeah, we could do something like that. But follow us on social. I've been posting more stuff lately and trying to keep updated. It's been a lot of memes and a lot of news. Because there's really not, other than telling you what's going to be coming, we can't really do much because there's not conventions and stuff that are coming up. So just, follow our social media so you can find out when we're going to be recording. We try to keep up to date with our stuff. We're trying to do more. And yeah, at Cheap Pop Show. Thanks for checking us out. Episode 14. I'm Dave.
I'm Nick.
Cheap Pop Show on YouTube.